It's always something.
It's always something.
This Mickey Mouse operation brought to you by Walt Disney. I'm Mike. 94.3 The Ox. It's the band headed up on Cripple Creek on your crippled up Monday morning, 8:27 now. Time for Coffee Talk, brought to you by the Comanche Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture. Check them out at Explorer, #Explorer Comanche, Texas, as we welcome in Cynthia Newton with Oak Counseling. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now this one hits close to home today. I saw on Facebook what we're talking about.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about financial stress this morning and coping with that and kind of how it affects people, because as I was telling you when I came in, I don't know that there's a single person in this world right now that hasn't had some dealing or isn't currently dealing with some type of financial stress due to everything that's happened over the last 2 years. And, as we go into the grocery store and you just see what you might be able to get for $200 now is $600. It's crazy. So it's like, okay, how do I deal with this? I still have to. My life hasn't changed, but the prices of everything have. So what am I supposed to do? Besides curl up in a ball and cry, which is that sounds like a great option. Sometimes I will say that. But,
not very fruitful.
But it isn't very fruitful. so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So I was saying, whatever your circumstances, there's a way to get through these tough economic times. Okay, so we're going to talk how to do that. And this is actually going to be a two-part series. Okay. So, if you like my series. Anyway, so it's part 1 today, part 2 next week. That would be, an example of my craziness. But anyway. So, if you're worried about money, like I said, you're not alone right now. Many of us from all over, everywhere, are just having difficult time dealing with the financial stress and the uncertainty, whether your problem stems from loss of work, escalating debt, unexpected expenses, or a combination. It's one of the most common stressors in modern life. Even before the pandemic, there was a study found that 72% of Americans feel stressed about money at least some of the time. 72%. So imagine now how much higher that is. Sure. The recent, economic difficulties mean that it's just continuing to skyrocket. Like any source of overwhelming stress, financial problems can take a huge toll on your mental and physical health, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. Feeling beaten down by money worries can adversely impact your sleep, self-esteem, and energy levels. It can leave you feeling angry, ashamed, or fearful, fuel tension and arguments with those closest to you, and exacerbate. Here we go again. It's Monday morning and I can't talk. Exacerbate, yes, pain and mood swings, and even increase your risk of depression and anxiety. You may resort to unhealthy coping mechanisms, of course, such as drinking, abusing drugs, or gambling to try to escape your worries, or just going into a corner and sleeping. In the worst circumstances, it can even prompt suicidal thoughts. But no matter how hopeless your situation is, there is available help. By tackling your money problems head on, you can find a way through the financial crisis that you're in. All right, so some of the effects, I just listed off some of them, but some of those effects, like I said, are insomnia, sleep difficulties, of course, the tossing, the turning, the nightmares, the how am I going to do this, worrying about unpaid bills, loss of income, weight gain. Weight gain is a given. We all joked about the COVID, the COVID weight gain, but it wasn't just only from, not being able to go out, but it's also been from just that financial, that stress eating or anxiety that we often found ourselves doing, or skipping meals, which again can actually lead to weight gain. People don't realize that. But maybe skipping meals to save money as well. So depression, living under the cloud of money problems can leave anyone feeling down, hopeless, and struggling to concentrate or to even make decisions. People who struggle with debt are more than twice as likely to suffer from depression. So people who are struggling with debt, they are twice as likely to suffer from depression. Sure. Absolutely. Anxiety. Money can be a safety net. Without it, you may feel vulnerable. And all of the worrying about unpaid bills or loss of income can trigger anxiety symptoms such as pounding heartbeat, sweating, shaking, or even panic attacks. Relationship difficulties. Imagine that. Money is often cited as the most common issue couples argue about. Left unchecked, financial stress can make you angry and irritable and wear away at the foundation of even the strongest relationship. Social withdrawal. Financial worries can clip your wings and cause you to withdraw from friends. So, realize that you might be doing that, pulling away and retreating into a shell. Physical ailments. Absolutely. Headache, gastrointestinal problems, diabetes. You may notice problems with your blood sugar, high blood pressure, heart disease. Money worries may also cause you to delay or skip seeing the doctor when you need to, for fear of those other expenses. So just be aware of that. Unhealthy coping methods such as drinking too much or abusing prescription or illegal drugs, gambling, are all signs that are all ways that we're seeing people cope with and the long-term, the immediate effects of those financial stressors. The vicious cycle of poor financial health and poor mental health is huge. Okay, so you look at it as, we in the mental health professional can say it is a cyclic cycle or a cycle. Okay, so there's a number of studies that show financial problems adversely impact your mental health. The stress of debt or other financial issues leave you feeling depressed or anxious. The decline in your mental health makes it hard to manage money. So you may find it harder to concentrate, or the lack of energy to tackle a mounting pile of bills, or you may lose income by taking time off of work due to anxiety or depression. Then, guess what? These difficulties managing money lead to more financial problems and worsening mental health, and so on. So you become trapped in this spiral and in this circle. I mean, it's absolutely a trap when you get into that, because you start with it, you get depressed, you don't want to deal with it, so you just keep going down and down. Absolutely. Right. It's hard to get up and function and go to work when you're depressed and you don't know how to do this. So no matter how bleak your situation may seem, there is a way out. There are strategies that can help you break the cycle, ease the stress, and find stability. All right, so I've got a few tips today, and then next week we're going to talk about how to stretch that dollar. Okay? So today, you're dealing with financial stress. Talk to somebody. It is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing to say, hey, you know what? Yesterday I was making money. Today I'm making nothing. Okay, I can't pay my bills. I've never been in this situation before. When you're facing those, there's often a strong temptation to bottle everything up and try to go it alone. That is the worst thing you can do. Many of us even consider money a taboo subject. We don't talk about money. One not to be discussed at all. So you may feel awkward disclosing that to someone. But not only is talking face-to-face with a trusted friend or a loved one a proven means of stress relief, but speaking openly about your financial problems can also help you put things in perspective. So when you think about that, when you can finally get it out and talk about it, it helps you put things in perspective as well. So keeping money worries to yourself amplifies them until they seem insurmountable, which means, it's just this huge pile that we talk about. It's a huge manure pile that you can't get out of, you know.
Keeps getting deeper.
We were talking about cows this morning, so that made me think of that. So not only, the person you talk to doesn't have to be able to fix your problems or offer financial help. To ease your burden, they just need to be willing to talk things out without judging or criticizing. Be honest about what you're going through and the emotions you're experiencing. Talking over your worries can help you make sense of what you're facing, and your friend or loved one may even be able to come up with a solution that you hadn't thought of alone. Getting professional advice, all right, depending on where you live. And again, with the internet, one thing that COVID has truly given us is the ability to reach out in a whole different world virtually. So finding like a financial advisor or finding somebody may even be easier in our rural areas. If you can't find one locally, you can always, I know that there are some, but if you're struggling with that, you can always reach out and just kind of look on the World Wide Web, because it's definitely changed the way we think of things. So, there's places that offer free counseling on dealing with the financial problems, whether it's managing debt, creating and sticking to a budget, finding work, communicating with creditors, or claiming benefits or financial assistance. Whether or not you have a friend or a loved one to talk to for emotional support, getting practical advice from an expert is always a good idea. So just remember, these people are experts, just like you go to your doctor to deal with medical problems, you can go to a financial advisor to deal with that financial stress, and they can help you figure out how to make ends meet, how to figure out, what to do next. Financial problems tend to impact the whole family. Okay, enlisting loved ones' support can be crucial in turning things around. Even if you take pride in being self-sufficient, guilty, keep your family up to date on your financial situation and how they can help you save money. It's huge. You may, even the hey, we're struggling a little bit with the kids, and saying, hey, make sure you turn the lights off, make sure you do these things, make sure you close the doors, things that we always struggle with anyways because
Sure.
they're kids, but even that much more, no, we can't really go out to eat this time. We're going to have to, buckle down and keep the money better. Let them express their concerns. Your loved ones are probably worried about both you and the financial stability of your family. Let them be open and discuss those concerns with you, and make time for inexpensive family fun. Don't always be sitting there worried about it, because you can make time for, going to the park, walking. At my house, we'll be walking down to the river, playing games, exercising together. It doesn't have to cost money. Go on a picnic in your backyard, or do something that's just fun, that's just different. Take inventory. Okay, tip 2 is going to be taking inventory of your finances. All right, include every source of income you have, whether it's child support, alimony, salary, bonuses, all of that. Keep track of all your spending. Yes, even that Starbucks coffee you buy on your way to work. Okay, keep track of every little thing that you are doing or buying, because it helps you realize where your money is going. List your debts. I'll look at all your debts. Identify spending patterns and triggers. If you're more anxious, you may spend more. Look to make small changes. Start with the small changes. Spending money on things like the morning paper, lunchtime sandwich, or break time cigarettes, or such as that, can add up to significant monthly outlay when you start really tracking it. While it may be unreasonable to deny yourself every small pleasure, cutting down can help. Okay, I'm not saying deny everything, but really looking and cutting down can absolutely help. Eliminate impulse spending. This is huge. This is so huge. When you're depressed, you're going to be surfing. Amazon is not my friend, my friend.
Love-hate
and
relationship.
You just are like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Yes, that impulsive buying. It can wreck your budget and max out your credit cards. So break the habit. Make a rule for yourself. I have this rule. I have this trick that I do that, okay, if I'm doing Amazon shopping or online shopping or something, I put it in a shopping cart. Okay, I don't buy it right then.
No.
I wait at least
cooling off period.
At least 2 days,
Yeah.
sometimes a week, and go back and then decide, do I really need that?
Right.
And that kind of helps. That's going to decrease your impulse spending. If you see something in the store, it's there. Go back next week, or go back in a few days and go, okay, is this really something that I needed? You may not. You're going to cut down on some of that. Go easy on yourself. As you review your debt and spending habits, remember that anyone can get into financial difficulties, so especially times like this. So just because you're struggling doesn't mean that, oh, you're a bad person, you're a bad parent, you're a bad husband or wife. It just means, it's just, hey, you know what? We in the United States of America are in a financial crisis. There is no denying that, and it's how you move to get forward that. You've got jobs that are increasing wages, other employers that can't increase wages to meet what we're expected to have to pay out, and so you're stuck, so to speak. Sometimes your financial problems may go beyond money, such as problems gambling or mental health issues, things you might do in a manic episode, some of that impulsivity stuff, or even fraud. If you've been a target of fraud abuse, and I'm going to tell you right now, they are out there everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That it's just real important that you recognize and see that. Make a plan, stick to it. Identify your financial problem, devise a solution, put your plan into action, monitor your progress. Don't get derailed by setbacks. They are going to happen. Create a monthly budget, okay? Look at a monthly budget. That monthly budget is not just, my basic bills. No, it's how much do you spend on animal food? How much do you spend on cigarettes? How much do you spend on alcohol? How much do you spend on your property taxes? How much do you spend on your car insurance? Everything that you can't even possibly begin to go, oh, that's all it is. No, it's not. When I try to sit down with people to devise a budget, we know the basic bills, and that's all we think that. No, then you start getting into looking at all these other things. It's like, oh, that's where my money goes.
Mm-hmm.
Your money probably doesn't go to your electric bill and your, rent and all that. Not the majority of it. Most
Right.
of us, it goes to all the other things that we have to pay. So keep looking for ways to save money. Prioritize. Manage your overall stress. Get moving. Practice relaxation techniques. Don't skimp on sleep. Boost your self-esteem. Eat healthy food. and be grateful for the good things in your life that you have. During the times of uncertainty, sometimes it's hard to find those, but you have to open up and look at that. So biggest things, guys, I mean, talk to somebody, get some advice. Don't hesitate to, hey, pick up the phone and just say, hey, can I meet with you just to kind of talk through what's going on with me? People are there to listen. People are there to help you. People are trained, and you're not going through this alone. I guarantee you, if you if you really open up, that you're definitely not alone in what's going on right now with our current financial crisis. So it is manageable. It's step by step. Next week, again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how to make that dollar stretch and what are some avenues that you can do to really be able to cope and find ways to target, and just, if you can't go, oh, I can't just go add another job, or I can't do this, or I can't, let go of the daycare bill because I still have to work, how do you make that dollar stretch? And that's what we're going to talk about next week. But guys, as always, we're here at Hope Counseling of Texas with locations in Comanche, Dublin, Eastland, and Hamilton. 325-356-1105 or 325-356-0075. If there's anything that we can do, please know that we're here to help you. If you're struggling financially and you're really depressed and you just don't know where to start, we're here to help you. I mean, anything that we can do to help you get out of the trenches of life right now and just kind of look forward. So again, 325-356-1105 at Hope Counseling of Texas in Comanche, Hamilton, Eastland, and Dublin.
All right, Cynthia Newton with Hope Counseling. Thanks so much.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Calendar for the second annual Lone Star Equipment Show and Tractor Pull, April 8th, and kick things off before the TTTPA roars into action. Ranger College will have